statistics with you. As we've told you, the Lord laid it on our hearts to begin to just minister to our neighbors who lived in motels, lived in the motel next to us. When we lived in Branson, about, what was it, September of 2004, we started serving hot home-cooked meals out of our apartment kitchen. And it was a pretty small kitchen. We came to call it the Miracle Kitchen. We would have chefs come in every once in a while to volunteer, and they take one look at our kitchen and shake their heads and say, "You get 150 meals out of this kitchen?" I would have said that's impossible. And you know, that's why God chose us, because we didn't know that you couldn't do that, because we had absolutely no experience in food service. So it's been really amazing to watch how God has increased his ministry. And it's not just a ministry of physical needs, but what it is reaching out in love to your neighbor in action, not just in words. Not just going and trying to get a kind of spiritual notch on our belt to get somebody to go to church with us and say, "Oh yeah, this person said a salvation prayer," but not really care about them. When you go and you take care of somebody's needs where they are and you meet them on a practical level and you show them that you're going to be there time and time again, that's when they see the love of God. And the love of God is very real and powerful and tangible, and it is the Word made flesh. We are his hands and his feet, and when we do that, we go out and we follow the greatest commandments, to love God first and then love our neighbor. What happens is it begins to transform people. It's no longer just words. It's no longer just proselytizing our philosophies. It is the living, breathing Word of God. It's the love of God at work. So we'd like to share with you what the Lord has done through the feeding ministry in Branson, and now he has moved us to Springfield, and we're continuing to serve the poor in Branson. We're committed to Branson and the people that live in the motels there and their physical and spiritual needs, but also the physical and spiritual needs of those who are here in Springfield that the Lord brings to us. So since we have begun, the Lord has put out through our Miracle Kitchen 5,000 hot meals, 2,000 bags, these are low numbers, 2,000 bags of breakfast breads, over 300 bags of groceries, about 84 nights of emergency housing. And the situation in Branson is that there is no homeless shelter, and there is a lot of homelessness. There is 0 to 1% affordable housing in Branson, Missouri, because it is a tourist town and there are a lot of low-wage type jobs, but not housing for those kinds of jobs. So it's a problem. And some of those nights were, people sleeping on our couch. You do what you have to do. We did over 173, we met over 173 transportation needs, which is really hilarious because when we started the ministry, we didn't even have a car. We've done about 15 hospital visits, 8 jail visits. We've distributed around 150 Bibles, brand new Bibles. We sponsored a community Thanksgiving dinner in Branson, Missouri, a community Christmas dinner. And at these dinners, the people that we serve in Branson that live in the motels and others have come. We've had demonic deliverances. We've had salvations. We've had people just come and receive the love of God and be ministered to. And it's been wonderful to watch God do that. Since November of 2005, there have been over 30,000 views on the internet of the Bible teaching videos that have been produced by Tic Toc Ministries. These have resulted in numerous additional spiritual decisions by people, including salvations. I get mail every day, and by the way, if you're still waiting for me to respond to mail, I've got like 27 pages of mail that I have I need to answer, and I answer them, but it takes time. So be patient with me. I will get back with you. I do love you, and I care so much. And thank you, everyone who's responded to those videos. So you guys, I would just encourage you to look and see that this is where God is working. It's one of the places that God is at work. And I would just encourage you to join with us. If you were doing nothing right now to help those who are less fortunate, this is a way that you can do it. And I put out a special challenge to the people in Branson right now. We need the support of the large organizations, the business owners, and the churches. Those are the 3 areas that we have not received much support from. We received support from 2 very small churches, and that was all as far as the churches go. And then as far as organizations or anything like that, there hasn't been any support. You guys, we need to reach out to our fellow man, and we need to realize that in a tourist town like Branson, Missouri, that kind of a town is built on the people who wait the tables and clean the rooms and do those very those very hard jobs, you know. I mean, these people, they work hard. We're talking about the working poor, and there are some stereotypes about people that live in motels that they're all addicts or they won't work, and you know, you do find some of that. But there are a lot of people who work harder than anybody else I know. People who walk to work and work 2 or 3 jobs. And without these people, Branson can't exist. So if you are a business owner and you have enjoyed success in Branson, Missouri, I just ask you to open up your hearts and realize that God wants you to participate in loving those people who have helped to make that success possible. And if you are involved in a church, I would really encourage you to go to your pastor and say, what are we doing to help the poor in our community? We've got over 350 people confirmed living in a single motel room. Some people, a whole family, living in motel rooms. They don't even have a kitchen. The school buses in Branson go by the motels to pick children up. This is a very large problem. So we need to reach out. We don't have to come up with a big plan. We don't need to do any more studies. We don't need any more studies. What we need to do is we need to obey Christ. He said that we are to take care of our fellow man. We are to reach out and love our neighbors in spirit and in truth, not just in word. So let's do what Jesus said. Let him be our commander-in-chief. Let him work out the details. Stop trying to come up with the plans ourselves. Let's just do what he told us to do. And let me tell you something, you guys. It has been so rewarding. It's been challenging sometimes. We've had to sacrifice. This wasn't our plan for our life or our ministry when God called us to do this. And, you know, we had to kind of let our flesh be cut away too. So, you know, it's hard to do that. But let me tell you something. When you give yourself away in love and expect nothing in return, there is a joy that comes. That there's nothing like it, you guys. You know, when you're expecting something in return, that's your reward. What you get in return, that's your reward. But when you're looking to God for your reward, then you receive his joy and his peace.